Y'all enjoying that apple fritter?
Yeah.
Cool. We have had some changes going on around here lately. As you hopefully saw, Jane did have a puppy. And at the time I was saying she only had one. Well, guess what? Let me speed up here. She only had one. So after a litter of 8 puppies in March, Jane only had a litter of 1 pup now in November. But that's okay because, you know, things change and what you thought would happen sometimes doesn't. But I'm going to have a hard time not falling in love with this silly pup. It is a male and it is a cutie. Hi, little baby. Hi, Miss Jane. Good mama. So she's hanging out here under the trailer. That's where she decided she wanted to have the pup. So, okay, we had tried to fix her a spot up in the chicken coop last week. Actually, Justin did. I shouldn't take credit for it. Justin did the work. But Jane got out twice. Oh, she says, oh, my baby. Anyway, so obviously the chicken coop, let me explain. On the building side, the chickens have been in the breezeway side, so it wasn't where the chickens were. The chickens were safe. But that's where we had put her last time she had her litter of pups, which included these 2 rascals. The other changes that have been going on is on Sunday, Colt found his new forever home. Yay! And it was crazy quick because I posted the post on Craigslist, and that same day someone inquired about him, came out here and picked him up, and he's going to a great home. The owners previously had a Great Dane that they had for 9 years before they had to put him down due to health, because apparently Great Danes don't live very long, and so they were looking for a new friend to love. So we were excited that Colt has a family that can give him more time because the man was retired. So he's getting a lot more attention than unfortunately we were able to give to him. So we love that. And hopefully he'll have more room to roam, because I don't know if the guy has chickens or not. But anyway, point being, Colt's in a better situation now than what we were having to do to keep him from being mean to the chickens. So last night, I'd also posted stuff about McGruff last Sunday, and yesterday afternoon, I reposted it up higher, like told it to refresh. And so while we were actually eating last night, someone inquired about him. So at about 10 o'clock at night, she drove all the way from Dallas, and then she took him home, and she and her 11-year-old daughter are now giving McGruff a new home as well. And so we were super stoked about that, because McGruff was such a sweet boy. We couldn't keep that many dogs. And so he now has a great home and will have lots of love. And we're just so grateful and blessed. So now we have gone from on Sunday having 5 adult dogs to today on Saturday having 3 adult dogs and 1 little puppy. So that's a much more manageable number for us, because we were spending a lot of money on dog food. And when there's that many of them, they tend to gang up and be just a little overwhelming. The interesting thing was Malachi's reaction after Colt found his new home. Malachi was so much more happy and excited with being around the dogs. I think partially because these dogs are shorter than Colt was, and so Malachi doesn't feel quite as small compared to the dogs we have now. Plus, Colt was a doofus and would just bound around and not pay attention to where he was going and would run into things. So he had knocked Malachi down several times. He had literally ran into me and hit my head one time when I was leaning over, just because he wasn't paying attention where he was going, and he was coming full speed, and it's like, you dodo dog. Anyway, so without having to worry about that. Malachi was just running around in between the dogs and saying, nana, nana, boo, boo. So, I mean, it was just a much more pleasant experience for him because he no longer felt overwhelmed by Colt's presence. So, anywho, yeah, that's good news because everybody is in a much better situation, and we have a new little puppy to ooh and ah over, and Jane's being a good mama. So that's the update there. We hope y'all have a blessed day, and we will talk to y'all again soon. I'm gonna let these pups out so they can stretch their legs because they haven't been stretching them since yesterday morning. So I'll let y'all see them tear out of the pins. Oh, and Jane is starting to feel more comfortable because now she is willing to leave the pup side for a few minutes at a time. The first several days, Jane does not leave the pup. Jane, they're not going to do anything to the puppy. I think that's why she was telling Tipper to back off. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day. See you next time here at Cook or Get Hoofed.